watch the dancer do something. That's how you can actually get better without having to memorize everything. Because if you're having to memorize everything, your brain is entirely focused on that one thing right there. Oh, well, I know they do X, Y, and Z, but I can't do that, so then I suck. And you hear it all the time, like, man, I suck. And the people like working with people who are competent in what they do. You're watching a video online, and you see that the views on that video aren't really that high. There aren't that many likes on that video. So then you scroll past it, you don't watch it. But every once in a while, you get that feeling where, man, I watched this low view video, and it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. That's where sometimes social proof isn't all that good. If you clicked on this video, you want to be able to get out of your own way. Make sure that you're not interfering with whatever you're doing, whether it's business, sports, anything at all. So we're going to talk about a few different ways that this manifests. My name's Nolan. I race motorcycles professionally, won a national championship. I'm a real estate broker. And there's a lot of different things. And what ties across many different genres or different avenues, different approaches, that generally is how I look at truth. If one person says one thing and there's nothing else to back it up, it's not really that helpful. But if there's three things from sports psychologists, salespeople, and then regular just psychologist people, we're gonna get into it. You like people who are warm, that look at you, that smile, they talk about us, together, we. You don't like talking with people that talk about me, myself, I, they interrupt you, they're closed, they're not nice people to talk with. That part doesn't apply for what we're talking about today. We are talking about competency, and that people like working with people who are competent in what they do. They, on a high level, they have structure, problem, issue, solution. That gives you some certainty on that they know what they're talking about. A low level of competency, they're unsure. They can't say how. They're not really that sure. And sometimes you can work with people who are low warmth but high competency, and they're still good to work with. And you can work with people who are high warmth and low competency, and they're still nice people. Like, the whole thing with all of this is that there's not a good or a bad person. What makes a bad person from all of this is actually their integrity. Do they do what they say? Are they mean? Are they rude? Do they lie? And that's where someone can show levels of competency that doesn't actually relate to what they're doing. You might not have the structure, you might not have problem, issue, solution, but your ideas can still be great. You don't have to have that. And people you get tricked by false salespeople who then have problem, issue, solution. They're the ones preaching that they have the solution to X, Y, and Z. They have all of these things, and that's why you can listen to them. From a sports side, we're going to come back through all of this as well. From a sports side, The Inner Game of Tennis. It's a book that transformed so many different lives. And for me, won a national championship in the understanding I need to get out of my own way. I can't be in my own head. You can't plow a field by turning it over in your mind. So what they talk about is there being two selves within your brain. And you have self one, which is the teller, self two, which is the doer, where you know when you're playing a sport, you're playing basketball, and you try and shoot that free throw, and then the free throw misses, and then you're talking to yourself, you're saying, man, what? And you say those things. Who's doing that talking? Who are you listening to? Oh, well, I'm just talking to myself. Okay, but then who is yourself? And that's where you have the person that's telling you what to do. You want to be able to have control. You want to have certainty. You notice when you're hitting a tennis shot that when you start your hand and the coach tells you that you need to swing low to high, that's what you need to do. You know your motorcycle racing coach who tells you that you need to keep your eyes open, you need to have good braking markers, you need to have good apex points, etc. And so then you tell yourself that stuff because it worked at one time. So then you constantly tell yourself what you need to do. You're controlling it. You're trying to tighten down what you're doing. You're trying to make it less ambiguous. And that is the big difference between self one and self two. You're telling yourself, keep your eyes open. Do you need to tell yourself to keep your eyes open? You just need to be able to go and do it. Relaxation creates being smooth. Smooth creates power. You can't just force yourself to have power. One of the analogies, and you can do this right now. If you were to think about a tennis shot, pickleball, racquetball, whatever, and you want to hit something hard, and you create tension in your arm by you're going to swing hard, that tension doesn't make your wrist move. You can't pop your wrist to get more power on the ball. You need for it to be smooth. If you were to grip your arm, so then your knuckles turn white, are you actually going to be able to do anything? You actually get more mobility by having your stuff be smooth. You can't be telling yourself, oh, for my forehand, I need to keep my wrist hard. Because then you're not going to be able to actually do what you need to do. Racing-wise, you're telling yourself, oh, well, my body, I need to make sure that I'm strong. I'm in my braking zone, I need to be strong. And then you're forcing yourself and you're telling yourself, your brain's having to think of whatever it is. Your eyes see it, your brain thinks about it, your brain's telling your eyes what to look for, and then it's going back into your mind, and you're not giving yourself enough space. That's really the key thing. And the rose seed gets water like it's a full plant. You're starting out doing something, don't criticize yourself. The rose seed gets water just like the full plant. The seed isn't criticized. It is what it is. There's something beautiful about watching something grow. You can't watch motorcycle races on TV and say, oh, well, I know they do X, Y, and Z, but I can't do that, so then I suck. And you hear it all the time, like, man, I suck. And you walk through the paddock and you see all these people, whether it's family members, whether it's riders themselves, whether it's other people, anything, and they're criticizing, oh man, you just see them, they're down in the dumps. Not saying that positivity is then the opposite of that. I'm not saying to be a pessimist. I'm not saying to be an optimist. I'm saying to just see it how it is. Just do it. Live in the moment. Be there. You can't tell yourself what to do. You just have to go and do it. What's the best way to learn a dance? Is it to be sat there, have an instructor tell you exactly what you need to do. Your right foot needs to go here, your left foot needs to go there, your hips need to do X, Y, and Z. You tell yourself 1, 2, 3, how you breathe, etc. Or is it better to watch an expert dancer, see them do it, and then you just mimic it? I would certainly not want to have them memorize a script. That's where scripts, in my opinion, are bad. I'd rather someone pick 1, 2, 3 key things, key blocks, and focus on those. Focus on thematic things. Watch a coach, watch the dancer do something. That's how you can actually get better without having to memorize everything. Because if you're having to memorize everything, your brain is entirely focused on that one thing right there. Your brain can focus on about 5 things at a time, plus or minus 2. So therefore, you could be focusing on anywhere from 3 things at a time to 7 things at a time. And if you're having to memorize which leg you're moving where, here, there, wherever, you don't give yourself any space. You're taking a tennis shot and you're thinking of your footwork. That's both feet. That's 2 things right there. You can't really do anything else. So that's where you need to relax and let yourself get out of it. And moving on to the sales side, the reason why people like structure, competency, telling themselves what to do, they want to feel in control, is a couple different things. 1, there's social proof. 2, there's authority. And that people don't like ambiguous things. You're watching a video online, and you see that the views on that video aren't really that high. There aren't that many likes on that video. So then you scroll past it. You don't watch it. But every once in a while, you get that feeling where, man, I watched this low view video, and it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. That's where sometimes social proof isn't all that good. How many likes on a video isn't that good? Is it most of the time correct? Probably. But it isn't always. Am I saying that you should watch every single low view video? Maybe not. But I am saying to just be aware of it. The other thing for social proof is it's the fastest growing cell phone. I lost X, Y, and Z pounds with blah, blah, blah. It's using the group to remove that ambiguity from your mind rather than sitting there and just saying, oh, is this actually a good decision or not? It's being able to kind of tie into something else that's going on. We also have authority, and that people like removing that ambiguity. Going back to self 1 and self 2, they want to be able to tell yourself exactly why you do something. You don't want to not know why you hit that good stroke. You want to tell yourself that you can control it. You have that competency. People want to have that structure. They don't want to be unsure about something. Authority ties into that very heavily with titles. You listen to doctors. I started this video out by saying I'm a national champion. That was me appealing to authority. 8 out of 10 doctors recommend XYZ. Do you buy that toothpaste? No. There's a reason why every single toothpaste company has something that says that. It's because something like that works. Again, it's tying back into that competency. They want to remove that ambiguity. They want to say, here's why you should buy this. You don't have to then think about the other things that are going on. And it all ties in together. You can't tell yourself what to do. Go and do it. Try it. Fail it. You can't just sit there and try and come up with every reason. And you can't plow a field by turning it over in your mind. Go and do it. Try and fail. And that's the best way to learn going forward. If you are uncomfortable, that's probably right. But you can't just only rely on being uncomfortable, because then all of a sudden you're at a weird truck stop at a weird time at night and you don't really know why you're there. Just think about it. My name is Nolan. If you found this video interesting, leave a comment down below. What do you think? And I'll see you guys later.